The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
So we went for the regular season, and they had the kiss cam about, I don't know, 10 minutes left in the third period. The kiss cam comes up. And, they do. Yeah, it's I wasn't on it. That's not where I'm going. No, they didn't put me and Deanne's mugs up on the big screen, but the kiss cam came on. We were watching it. You kind of look around the arena, the sports books or NMAX or whatever it's called, and you see where the camera is. No, it was over there. It's just not very far from where we were sitting. So, anyways, a woman stood up. They're on the camera. A woman stood up, got down on one knee, and proposed to her boyfriend. And he shook his head. He didn't nod his head. He shook his head. Like, I don't know if he said not now. This isn't a good time or whatever it was. And it got kind of silent and awkward. And then Tony Days was standing there like, oh, Jesus.
Oh, the game day host. He was.
Yeah, the game day host was there like,
oh, goodness.
Oh, no. And the guy shook his head. He's like, nope. And he shook his head again. Nope. And 24, 25-ish. Well, so the girl, she fucked off, took off up the stairs, and the guy sat there by himself. And it was a 2-1 hockey game at that point. I didn't watch the last 9 minutes of that hockey game because I was looking across the arena at this guy's reaction. And there was a bunch of kids behind him because they were oblivious to what really happened, kids being kids, waving their shirts in the air. And this guy's sitting there all by himself like, oh, this is awkward. The wipe never came back down. And then with about 2 minutes left, right before the Hurricanes score, with about a minute and a half left, some guy came down to a buddy of his to talk to this dude. And then he grabbed their baby, like a baby who can't walk. He grabbed their baby, put his coat on, walked up the stairs. Needless to say, Dave, it was awkward. And then Tony, before he said what the 50-50 draw was, he goes, hi, I'm Tony Days. This is the 50-50 draw. Been ruining relationships since 1993. So this girl set up the deal, obviously, to get on the kiss cam and on and on.
For sure.
And then dude said no. So then after the game, we're leaving the parking lot, and I see this guy still carrying his baby, like not a year old. This baby, right? Like young.
Like didn't have a basket or a stroller or anything?
No, he was carrying it.
Oh,
so he was walking back across the parking lot to get back into the building.
Oh no.
Oh, it weren't good, man. It was one of those ones. Like, I'm glad it wasn't at a Yankee game or a Broncos game and just at a Hurricanes game, because it was awkward as fuck. Mesmerizing, but awkward.
Thank God I don't like. Yeah, you feel bad for that. Like when something is so awkward, such as that, it's just like, where does the humor end? Because you're actually feeling bad for said person. Like, I feel bad for both. Like, I've watched enough Law and Order over the years that when you're in the court as a lawyer, you never ask a question you don't know the answer to.
Yeah.
Never has courtroom wisdom transferred to real life more than that. If you're going to ask someone to marry you, you got to know the fucking answer.
Especially in front of 5,000 people.
It
was a sold out barn, man.
Never do it in front of, never, ever do a public fucking, like, that's, I kind of, like, I feel bad for the guy more so than the woman asking the question. A, because of the role reversal. B, because it's now public humiliation. And C, she asked a question that she didn't know the answer to.
Well, that's what Deanne said. She goes, she obviously doesn't know the guy, or maybe he had something planned. He was going to propose that, like, on the weekend, or who knows? I don't.
Yeah, maybe she was stealing his thunder. Maybe he had a little bit.
Like,
yeah,
it was fucking awkward. And the people behind us, they were watching too. They went, "Oh, how did that? This isn't going to turn out well. What's going on?" And then Deanne, she said to me, she said, "What would you do in that situation if I did it?" I said, "Well, I know you well enough where you wouldn't." But then what I would have done is I would have said no. But then because I would been forced to, I would have got down on one knee myself and then asked her. like just to break up the situation. But I think the best thing that guy could have done to try to save face, even if he didn't want to get married to the girl at this point, they have a kid, so obviously that they not obviously now.
Maybe it's not his kid.
He should have just said yes, and then kissed her, and then on the drive home say, "Listen, we got to talk about this a little bit." Like that, like what he did was the right move, because if he doesn't want to or whatever at the time is proper, but you handle that a little bit differently. No,
but well, when you got a fucking gun to your head though, you don't know what exactly you're gonna do.
well, who knows what could have happened? I don't know what I think they're from Pitcher Butte, just up the road here, because there's a Pitcher Butte hockey team behind them and stuff and things and la da 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 da. But do you say yes and go, okay, I didn't mean it on the drive home, or did this guy make the right move and say, nope, I'm good? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, neither do I, and I'm glad that I'm never gonna have to understand how he felt like at that very moment. I think as long as he didn't embarrass her, aside from saying no.
She was embarrassed.
Wow,
she fucked off up the stairs. She was Gandhi. Mahatma.
And we never saw her again.
Never saw her again.
No, she's like, well, that's I do have sympathy, but I also don't, because you just don't do that to someone force them into saying yes. And once again, we don't know if that's his kid. Maybe she brought that kid to the relationship. We don't know that's.
Well, I think it's his, because he was taking really good care of it on the way, because
maybe he's just such a good man.
Or the mom was still sitting in the bathroom crying or fucking Snapchatting with her friends or whoever the fuck, because they're about that demographic, right? Like,
when you say like Pitcher Butte, they couldn't have been Pitcher Butte, because those Pitcher Butte people are a lot of Dutchmen, right? And if a Dutchman's going to save $3-4 grand on an engagement ring, he's going to take that opportunity in a heartbeat. So if the woman asks you to get married, then maybe you're going to save that chunk of change on the diamond.
Did you buy it? Right on. You buy another fucking watch with Billy, whatever the fuck his name is.
Wasn't a Dutchman, because he would have said yes just for the simple fact it saved him a couple K on a ring.
Matty Man 5 Dodge 101 would have got a fucking free wedding ring out of that one. Fuck. Yeah, so before I saw Tony as I was leaving the building, and I fucking put up that, he goes, oh man, he says the people in the media booth were watching this guy like, what's going on? Because they had a bunch of graphics set up ready for, like, he said yes, and on it went.
Oh, like fireworks
and then it just didn't happen. Like, it didn't happen. They're like, oh fuck.
Oh.
It was fucking, it wasn't good, but a good hockey game too. It's a 3-2 overtime win by the Tigers. That was a good hockey game. That was fun. Anyways, the guy could yeah. If you don't know,
she just ruined everybody's night, right?
No, it made it better. It made it better because it was something to talk about. Like, fuck.
No, everybody in her circle.
In the group. Oh yeah. Because she may have had, like, let's get her a deeper dive in this. It's not sports talk, but whatever. Like, she may have had a shaker set up or a dinner set up afterwards.
Like, could you imagine that? Let's go to Legends for a pop. Well, no, but they were dragging around a kid.
So maybe they're going to go to that restaurant in Pitcher Butte, that steakhouse or whatever.
Whatever.
Or they had a Saturday night engagement party rolled up, and just, nope, that ain't happening.
Everybody's waiting in the basement of the house. Saying, get out of there. You got 1.5 hour. You got 30 minutes. There's a 35-minute
There's
drive.
10 minutes left in the third period. This time, the time to get back to fucking Pitcher Butte.
Pack up the stacks, break down the bar, take down the streamers,
burn the fucking, throw the cake in the garbage.
What are we supposed to do with it? I don't care. Just be gone.
I hate Billy Dodge 101, whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, I hate
him. 5 Dodge 101. I hate his guts.
He doesn't realize how lucky he is. Well, maybe he knows you better than you know you.
Oh,
Sweetheart.
not a good situation. Anyways,
Terrible. How old was this couple?
25.
Okay, so they're still dumb. That'll be a story to tell the grandkids. The time that time I said no to your granny.
Your grandma
Tell the story when granny proposed to you at the hockey game.
in front of 5,000. And you said no.
And you pie-faced her.
How to start a fight in fucking 4 words or less. Oh, fuck, man. I just, like, wow.
Well, I hope those two kids figure it out.
I hope those crazy kids figure it out. Anyway,